So I played the Indivisible backer demo, and I want to give you my general thoughts on the demo. So I did play the prototype that released earlier this year. That was for everyone. You can find it on PS4, PC, iMac, and Linux. I don't know if they released one for Xbox One, but I don't think they did. So I played the prototype, and the prototype was okay. It conveyed the game very well, like what to expect. It kind of gives you a general idea of what the game's gonna play like. The backer demo has greatly improved from what that had to offer. The environments look more organic. They look natural. They look like they belong within the art style. It looks a lot more pleasing to the eye than the prototype did. The environment is also more open and more explorative, while the prototype was a little bit more linear and kind of like within the prototype, you kind of knew where you were gonna go because the game kind of led you there. In the backer demo, the environment, sure, it kind of leads you to certain areas because some areas you can't reach without the axe. So the game does kind of lead you to get the axe, but even with the axe, there are areas that are not necessarily, part of the path, or it might be a little bit out of the way, or it might be an alternate path. So I really like how open that the backer demo truly is, in a sense. It kind of gives me the idea that once the final game comes out, the environments will be more open and more explorative in a lot of ways. Because I know in the prototype there was one room that was hidden that you had to use some like axe jump to get to, but you wouldn't know it because there was no indication that this room was there. You kind of had to find it by either just messing around with the environment or whatever. So I really feel like that this game has more of that. Even in the backer demo, I think there are areas that the game expects you to kind of use the axe jump in a certain way, or to do a certain double jump, or find some other way to get to these hidden collectibles. In the game, they scatter these little gems. I have no idea what they're used for, but they're hidden and you can find them, and that's really interesting. I can't wait to see what these gems accumulate to. I wonder if it's like a world by world basis, or if it's just something that is just a general fun little collectible, or a power up, or what have you. The demo also added new partners as well. Like you could find partners within this game that are brand new that weren't in the prototype. They still have the prototype partners as well in the game in this demo, but there's also new ones. Like there's a girl that's a potion maker. There's a girl with a shield that is kind of like the brute of the party, and then there's a quick ninja-like samurai-esque character, which is kind of cool as well. You can also find Izmi, the girl with the tiger hood. You can still find the Zube, the archer. I don't know if there's any of the other prototype partners in this particular demo because they're hidden very well. I found Izmi in my playthrough like near the end of my stream. I'll put the link in the description below to the gameplay of this demo if you want to look at it. But uh, these partners are very well hidden, and it really rewards the exploration of the game, and that's really what I really think kind of conveys the sense that this game will have a lot of exploration within the final game. Maybe they will have some hidden rooms that you can't really see until you explore the entire map to its entirety. It's really interesting to see where they're gonna go with this. The combat. The combat is what you expect. It's kind of similar to what was in the prototype, but I feel that the gameplay is more smooth and seamless. It doesn't feel as janky. There was a lot of ways that you could kind of rush the enemies with your enemies, with your allies and your partners. You could kind of rush the enemies with that. You could kind of trap an enemy within your party. It's really unique and interesting in how it balances out. You still have the Idihi meter. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you have that meter that can build up for super moves or for blocking. So that's unique, and that's rewarding when you time your blocks just right. So you can gain that, or you can lose more of it. It's a unique mechanic within this game. What else? The enemies. The added new enemies to this demo. There's a enemy that's kind of like a rock monster or a mud monster of sorts. He does a lot of damage. He has a grapple attack. He takes a lot of hits. He's very challenging, but a lot of fun to fight against. The challenge in this demo that I think is going to be representative of the final game is pretty balanced. I think the challenge is the best part of it because it made me rage and made me get really angry and frustrated in a way that I did not feel in games in a long time. The challenge felt like it was more of a get good type of attitude. It really made me want to try new mechanics and experiment more with my party. And that's what I like. I like games that make you want to experiment, and that's what I got from this game. Um, and that's something I haven't felt in a long time, so I really applaud Lab Zero for making a game that kind of harpens back to those kind of games. It feels very classic and old school in that regard. Enemies as well, it has the same enemies that were in the prototype as well, but they had little modifications. One being that they can now grab. How the grabs work is you can't fully block them, but if you time your block just right, if you hit the block button at the right moments, you can kind of push the enemy away. You still take damage, but it's not as much as it would if the enemy were to actually grab you. And that's a cool mechanic. It adds a lot more intensity to these fights. It adds another layer to them. However, the one frustration I get with this is one character in the party can get attacked and get grabbed by two different enemies, which can be very frustrating. Where it's like, okay, I have to block, and then I have to time a block on top of that, and you don't really necessarily know how that's gonna work out for your character, because it seems to me that either way the character's gonna get hit, but either by the normal attack from one enemy or from the grab from the other enemy that's attacking simultaneously, which can be very frustrating in some cases where you might be strapped on health and you don't want to get killed in that kind of way. So in that regard, it can be a little bit frustrating, and maybe there's a little mechanic that I'm not really picking up when that's going on or something, but it just doesn't seem fair to me, at least in that regard. Um, but other than that, I can't think of anything else I think that the game's kind of cheap for, because everything seems fair. And other than that, and it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with this demo, and I think I'm going to play it a lot more in the time coming. I think when the final game comes out, it's definitely going to live up to the expectations that it set forth. It feels like a full-fledged game. From just the demo on its own, I could definitely feel that there's a lot of effort and passion put into this game. It doesn't feel like a game that they're making just for the money. They're making this game because they truly wanted to make this game. And I really want to thank everyone involved with this game for making it, and I want to thank everyone who has also pledged alongside me to making the game actually happen. You can still pledge to their Indiegogo to reach their stretch goals that they have. They reached the stretch goal to have the story mode be fully voiced by the characters, which is great. I was really hoping that stretch goal to be hit, and maybe we can hit the other stretch goals that the offers, such as adding more hidden dungeons. So I really hope that we hit those goals for this game, because this game truly does deserve every dollar it gets. I'm really excited for this game to come out next year in the fall, as it's stated to come out, and I really think Lab Zero has really made a very spectacular game. It's everything I was expecting from them, and I really can't wait to play the final game. So that's it for this video. I'll put the links to my Twitch channel where I played Indivisible, and I'll also put the link to the Indiegogo campaign. Again, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys play this game in the future. It's a very, very, very good game. See you in the next video, guys.